Understanding how to manage assessments on Edulastic is a key piece in making sure that students have access when they're supposed to, or taking away access when they're not supposed to. This will also make sure that we know how to close assessments out so the data fills in the reports. The first assessment we'll manage here is going to the Assignments tab in this Open Manually Assignment. On this Open Manually Assignment, I'll go ahead and check the status, and I see that the status is not open. This means that none of the students have access and that I can open the assessment at any given time. This gives me ultimate flexibility as I'm not held to a particular window set at the Assign screen. Let's take a look at what the Student screen looks like. On the Student side, you'll notice that Open Manually Assignment here. This Open Manually Assignment shows that it's not available, and that's because the teacher has not opened it yet. Let's go over to the teacher side, open up the assessment, and see how that affects the student. To open this assessment, I'll go ahead and click on the live classboard of that assessment. From there, I'll have my open option at the very top. I'll go ahead and open this assessment. Now that I've opened it, I have my success message, and now the assessment shows in progress. On the student side, I now show Start Assignment, and I'm able to click into the assessment and begin taking it as necessary. Back on the teacher side, you'll notice that Open Manually Assessment no longer says Not Open, and it says In Progress, just like we saw on the live classboard. The next management option we'll look at is the Pause and Open Assessment option. Pausing the assessment takes away access from all of the students at once. This is a great feature if you notice there was a mistake on the test and you wanted to investigate or talk to your students about it, or if the class period is ending and you want to make sure they do not have access when they leave your class. The assessment's already in progress, so I need to go ahead and pause the assessment. I'll do that through the live classboard. When I go into the live classboard, I'll notice 3 of my students are still in progress. The class period is ending. I'll go ahead and pause the assessment. I'll get a prompt that I need to read, and then confirm by typing in the word pause. Now I got my confirmation message. I can also check the status up here and see the assessment is considered paused. Over on the student side, you'll notice that this assessment is considered in progress and paused. And over here, you notice the assessment is not available and I'm not able to click it. Back on the teacher side, to reopen this assessment for the students that have been paused, I'll go up and click the open button. Now that the assessment's open, the students can go back in and begin taking the test as necessary. The next management option we'll look at is the closing of an assessment. You have the option to automatically close the assessment on a given date, but if you choose to close the assessment manually, this will give you the most control over the assessment, so you can close it after all of the students are completed. You'll notice on the close assessment here that all 9 students have submitted and all 9 students are graded. It's considered in grading because the assessment has not been closed yet. Generally, when you have the close assessment automatically on, this would change to the done status. To close this assessment, I'll go ahead and choose the live classboard. From the live classboard, I have the ability to close the test. I'll go ahead and close the test, read the prompt, and close the assessment. Now that I've closed the assessment, the status has changed to done. You'll also notice that assessment has changed its status to done. Next, we'll move to the absent student option. Please know that this is a premium feature. To use this feature, we'll go into the live classboard. From the live classboard, I've noticed that student 1 did not show up to class today. I need to click on that box, choose more, and then mark as absent. As normal, I'll get my prompt, and I need to type in the word absent to confirm that this is what I wish to do. I'll go ahead and choose yes absent, and now the student is considered absent. This takes away access from that student individually, and the only way to get that student access again is to click on their box and choose redirect. Redirect will have some additional features if you're a premium user, so make sure to read all the options that are available to you. Let's go back to the assignment screen and look at the next option. The next available option is called Mark as Done. The Mark as Done feature is a great way for you to keep track of the status of the assessment to make sure that assessment only changes to the done status when all of the students are submitted and all of the students are graded. If you have watched the checking the status video, then you know that the status can change to done even when all of the students have not completed the test. Because of that, sometimes it's best to have the mark as done option as manually so you can make sure that that assessment will only change to the done status when it is 100% complete, so then you can better track your assessments. We'll go ahead and click on the live class board on this class. On the live class board, this assessment is already completed. The assessment window has already passed, and all of the students are graded. At this point, I'm ready to mark this assessment as done, so that way it changes the status in the Assignments tab, and I know that this assessment does not need any extra work from me. I'll go ahead and click on this icon here, and mark as done. Now that I have marked that assessment as done, it shows the done status up here, and I'm able to click on the Assignments tab and see that that assessment is done. Again, this is a great way to keep track of your assessments, and this is set during the assigning process where you can decide if the mark is done is automatic or manual.